Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to go over the rules for Glamis. If you've never been there, you definitely want to hear this. This is straight from the BLM website. I'm going to read them all to you. There's 33 simple rules. Most of them. Oh, she's going to read them.
You're going to explain
She's reading them. I'm going to argue them. Right? Okay, there's 33 of them. They're really simple. Most of them are common sense. And a lot of them are actually really funny if you think about it. So we're going to get into that right now. I want to thank you guys for tuning back into our channel. I'm Tim. I'm the rule breaker.
And I'm Christine, the rule follower and rule maker sometimes.
Oh. She runs the house. She is the rule maker of the house. So let's get into the rules. So go. What do we got? First rule.
Rule number 1. Recreation permit. A permit is required for all primary street legal vehicles used for transportation to the recreation site. Unless exempted by PL 108-447. Permits must be purchased and visibly displayed in the windshield with the date side facing out upon arrival to ISDRA. Permits are non-refundable.
You ain't getting your money back, is what she said. Once you buy this and they scratch that crap off, you better hope you're going that week. Because if you told them the wrong week and changed your mind, you ain't getting your money back. So we got a lot of rules, so we're going to move quick. This is the outside, faces the outside. You need to hang this in your primary vehicle. That's a vehicle that tows your trailer there.
And where can you buy these permits, Tim?
Well, thanks for asking. I like when you call me by my first name. Thanks for asking, Christine. I feel like we're newscasters. You can buy these anywhere but in Glamis. No, you can buy them in Glamis, but it's going to cost you $50. Off-site, $35. $50 if you show up. I'll just get one when I get there. I'll get one on the way. So will the rest of 5 million people on the way to Glamis. We know how that goes. So get your permit beforehand. I get these at Temecula Motorsports. I live over here in Menifee. So that's where we get ours. Or Cycle City. Cycle City. What?
Yeah, you can also get them at some of the gas stations on the way out closer to Glamis. But they run out sometimes.
There you go. Walk into Red Earth. Hey, you got passes? I want to buy the year. Nope. All I have is this. Hey, I'm going to be there a weekend. All they have is year passes. That's horrible. That means you have to buy 150. Well, then you just buy one of these when you get there. So think ahead. Get your pass. This is the number. Okay, most people are dipping out of this video. We got a lot more rules to go, and we got to move faster. But this is the most important. When you get there, they will pull you over. I don't care if your grandma's driving. I don't care if your pastor of your church is driving your car. If this ain't hanging from the window.
Especially if you're camped on Wash Road, they actually stop you and look at your vehicle.
Yep.
So don't think you're getting away without a pass.
This is serious business. If you get nothing out of this video, buy a pass.
Okay, moving on. Rule number 2. Safety flags are required on all vehicles in the Imperial Sand Dune recreational area. This includes two-wheeled motorcycles.
Dirt bikers.
All vehicles shall be equipped with a whip mast and a 6 by 12 inch red/orange flag. Flags may be of pendant, triangle, square, or rectangle shape. Masts must be securely mounted on the vehicle and extend 8 feet from the ground to the mast tip. Safety flags must be attached within 10 inches of the tip of the whip mast, with club or other flags mounted below safety flag or on another whip.
So what they're saying is everybody in Glamis is rolling around illegal, except for you guys just driving around with your orange flags on, which honestly, I just like just a simple orange flag because I don't want to glorify the fact that they're making me have one, but these are really high visibility and you can put them super high and they're really visible. Just put one of these. That's all you need. You don't need tons of money in whips. Anyways, whoever your sponsor is, or hopefully someday I have some whip company that sponsors me here and I can hang their cool little flag right below my little orange flag. But I won't do that because I'm breaking the rules. So I'm just going to, whoever sponsors me with some whips, your flag's going on the top, bro. And I'm leaving this orange thing at home.
But
But
technically, you're supposed to have the orange whip at the top. Rule number 3, a 15-mile-per-hour speed rule exists on the sand highways. No person shall operate an OHV in excess of 15 miles per hour on public lands within 500 feet of Highway 78, Grays Well Road, Gecko Road, and access roads within Gecko and Roadrunner recreation sites. Most people
wow.
probably break this rule, but it should be common sense. If
So
you're around a lot of people, you probably don't want to.
So you don't
very
drive
fast.
a big fancy rail or even drive the UTV. What does that rule mean to you?
It means that anytime you're around these roads where there's a lot of people, you should probably drive.
So if we're on the road coming into Glamis and there's a guy down there on a quad hauling, is that illegal?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're supposed to only go 15 miles per hour.
Within 500 feet. How far is 500 feet?
Well, you're better with feet than
Well,
me.
figure a super long garden hose is 100 feet. So it would be 5 of those. So, I mean, that's, not like a long ways, but it's pretty close too. So those people that are blasting down Sand Highway when you're coming into Glamis, they're all breaking the rules. These rules are crazy, but they are the rules. And the reason we're telling you is so you're prepared. If you get pulled over, just take the ticket. Say thank you, sir, and go on with the rest of your weekend because you got a lot of money into this weekend. So don't speed down Sand Highway. Just common sense. I'm going to be doing...
So before we go into more rules, since this is
I'll
probably
be doing
really...
a safe speed down Sand Highway. You'll never see me doing more than 15.
And before we go into more rules, since this video is probably boring and you're wondering why we're doing this video, why don't you tell them why?
Why am I doing this?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I've broken a lot of rules and I get in trouble a lot and I'm prone to that. So I studied the rules. I also have a wife that'll say you can't do that because it's against the rules. So I need to know those rules better than you guys because I'm married to the warden.
But we have a lot of people asking us what are the rules, or people who've never gone to Glamis before that don't know the rules. People don't necessarily like to read, or some people don't know how to read English.
Yeah,
so.
some people... I mean, I don't really like reading, but I mean, I do it. But some people just don't want to take the time, so they don't understand the rules. And then they're upset when they don't know. So that's why this is a great video to watch. We got to move faster.
Okay,
These
the next
people...
rule is no saving spaces. It is prohibited to reserve or save a camping space for another person.
You can't save a space. So if you have it sectioned off with the safety, you have to have little safe things. We'll get to that. But if you have it sectioned off and the cop comes, you say, "This is my camp, sir." Don't say, "I'm saving a spot for my buddy. He's right there." Because is he there? No, he's over there. So the cop's going to write you a ticket for saving him a space, even if he's 50 feet or 50 miles from you. So you can't save a spot, but you can fence off your own campground. So if you say, "This is my camp," he's going to say, "Okay, well, that's fine then." So that's the way I get out of that one, because I'm breaking that rule too. I'm fencing that crap off. I got my buddies coming. Go on.
Okay, so under that rule it says, does the BLM tow vehicles away if they are left unattended in the camping areas at ISDRA? The answer is
Yes.
There's a law here, I won't say it, which states it's in developed camping and picnic areas, no person shall, unless otherwise authorized, leave personal property unattended for more than 24 hours in a day use area, or 72 hours.
So 1 day in a day use.
Or 72 hours in other areas.
So 72 hours unattended. That means you can leave for 72 hours, but you bet your butt you better be back there on that 71st and a half hour ready to move your crap.
And there's more law numbers regarding personal property left unattended. The next rule is staking areas. It is prohibited to place in the ground any non-flexible objects such as, but not limited to, metal stakes, poles, or pipes, with the exception of small tent or awning stakes. Well, back in the day, people used to do this all the time. That was before the BLM was here.
What was that? Awning?
Stakes with
Yeah,
caution
people
tape.
use pieces of rebar and those
Caution
fence
tape.
stakes, those things with the arrow thing on the bottom. They would use those, beat those in. You can't do that. Take an old whip or something, stick it out there. It's flexible. It'll move. That way it's safe. I mean, you don't want... Put a cone out there. We use caution tape. So that's a common sense thing,
But
in my opinion.
technically, you're not allowed to
What?
tape off areas.
You
Same
are for your
place.
own campground.
Yeah.
You are for your own campground, see?
Okay.
And you can also, it says you can do, put in little stakes and stuff. So, but common sense, don't put a board, don't put a 2x4 sticking up because you're mad at the dude because he's riding. I mean, I've wanted to put like a couple 4x4s in the ground and just paint him sky blue so he'll never see him.
Okay.
That one guy ripping by on his quad. Go on.
Okay, so the next two kind of go together. Fires is the next one. The burning of potentially hazardous material, but not limited to gas, oil, plastic, and magnesium is prohibited. Why would they put
What?
magnesium?
I always carry milk of magnesium. They don't want you...
No, that's not the magnesium they're talking about.
You cannot burn milk of magnesia in Glamis. If you go away with nothing, go away with that. No, it's magnesium. So us old schoolers, we love magnesium. And you young guys are like, magnesium, what is that? Why is that even on the rules? That's an old rule that they've been just dragging along. Every time they amend them, they're like, bring the magnesium rule. Because we used to cut up engine blocks, Volkswagen
Wait a minute,
blocks.
don't give them any ideas.
I saw people cutting up. Actually, I didn't see them cutting it up. So I heard, it's a rumor, that people cut up engine blocks and they burnt the magnesium chunks, and it was insane. It would flare just like, and it would light up the whole entire valley. It was crazy. So they won't let us do that anymore. That's when we used to party at comp. That was way before most of your guys' time.
That was in the
You guys are
90s.
wearing diapers. So, some of you guys. But hey, where's my old schooler guys? What's up? I was out there in my Toyota SR5 at comp, burning pallet. No, I wasn't burning pallets.
Back in the
Yes,
90s.
we were. We ruined comp. I'm one of the people that ruined comp.
Which leads us into
We
the
didn't
next
know.
one about wood pallets.
We didn't know back then.
It's prohibited to use as firewood or have in possession any firewood material containing nails, screws, or other metal hardware, including but not limited to wood, pallets, and or construction debris.
So, when I said we didn't know back then, what I really meant to say was we didn't have any common sense back then.
Yeah.
Now I do. Now I got common sense. So, here's a pallet. Here's one little board. I found this down on my property. I was driving over with my tractor and I noticed, look at these two little nails right there. Okay? These pallets, there's 2 nails here, 2 nails on this side, 2 nails. Dude, I have counted how many nails are in a pallet on just like 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, there's 100, 200. I can count like almost 200 nails in one pallet. Seriously, I'm not even kidding.
And our friend once popped his brand new sand tires before he ever left the camp from nails.
Brand new buffed Scat Tracks on the front of his brand new Can-Am, brand new tires, dude. Pulled up to camp and he had a nail sticking out of that sucker. I don't know where the picture is.
Compliments of a pallet burning.
Yes,
Glamis
pallet.
product.
Don't burn your pallets. Leave your pallets at home. I burn those in my fire pit at my house. Cut them up. They're great. And then I just collect up the nails and throw them away. Honestly, sometimes I'll even scour the fire pit wherever I burn just to make sure nothing metal. It says you can't burn anything with metal on it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that means no couches.
Yeah, we may or may not have seen someone burn a couch
And may or
out
may
there.
not have seen somebody burn a couch.
That's another story. Okay,
But-
moving on to another thing that can
No
pop
metal.
your tires.
No metal in your firewood. I'm kick your
Another
butt.
reason why they put this is because it'll pop your tires. No glass beverage containers are allowed. Possession or use of any glass cup
This
or
still
bottle,
on?
empty or not used for carrying any
Yes,
liquids for drinking. purposes is prohibited. Persons may pick up glass beverage containers discarded by others to remove for deposit in approved trash receptacles. I don't think we need to
take your trash home with you guys, okay? Pack it in, pack it out, leave no trace. That's my motto. You can provide me with trash cans all day, but I'm not putting my stuff in those cans. I'm taking it home.
A lot of these rules are common sense.
Okay, what was that about the non-alcoholic? Okay, no glass, obviously. Come on, dude. Leave your glass at home, you knucklehead. You sound like an alcoholic when glass is clanking around anyways in your trash bags.
So now we're moving on to no alcoholic beverages allowed while riding on BLM lands. Well, that is pretty common sense. But I'm going to say probably not very many people follow this rule. No person shall drink an alcoholic beverage, have in their possession or on their person any open container that contains an alcoholic beverage while operating in or on a motor vehicle or OHV on public lands administered by BLM within California. No person under the age of 21 shall be in possession of alcoholic beverages. So, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's called common friggin' sense. If you're drinking and you're impaired, you know if you're impaired. I mean, you know. I used to be a drinker. I know I'm impaired. I never drank and drive. Never.
And my 2 cents is there's a common saying nowadays that people say that anyone with a 640 credit score now owns a side-by-side and is driving around in Glamis, which means we have a lot of unexperienced drivers in Glamis, and adding alcohol to the mix, in my opinion, does not sound like a good idea. So, therefore, do your partying after you're done riding in the dunes.
That's the rules, guys.
Okay, so this one's the fun one coming up.
You can have a beer, relax, have fun.
This one's
just don't get drunk. Don't drive when you're drunk. My God. It's simple. It's common sense.
This one you would think is common sense, but...
What?
Quiet hours.
Oh, my God.
No person shall operate or use any audio such as a radio, television, musical instrument, or other noise-producing device or motorized equipment, including generators, between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. in a manner that makes unreasonable noise that disturbs other visitors, or operate or use a public address system without written authorization from the BLM.
A public address, that's
excessive.
I'm doing it. 7 a.m. Attention! Nobody's at the hill. Go at 7 a.m. Nobody's at the hill.
So how about quiet hours?
Okay, quiet hours. My God. Okay. So we all know we got the mariachi band playing till you wake up.
Does it ever turn off?
Sometimes it doesn't. So prepare yourself. We are Wash 6 people.
Yes, we are.
What's up, Wash 6 boys? How you guys doing, man?
And I will say mariachi music is okay, but in my opinion, just my opinion, anything past 1 a.m. is a little bit excessive, but do as you will. But there are rules for noise. And Wash 6 is a very popular wash, so we do have a funny story that goes around with this quiet hours. We have another group of friends that like to camp way out past Wash 20 because they think it's quieter. Funny story is, when we camped out there one time, there was literally a mariachi band out there at Wash 20.
Yep.
What was the band consisting of, babe?
Dude, they had a trailer with speakers mounted on it. It was a whole thing. The guy was taking requests. I literally have the video. It's pitch black video, but you can see a speck of a light and you can hear it. And the guy is taking like requests like he's singing at his hometown. Like, hey, glad you guys came out tonight. I'm like, bro, tonight ended a while ago. It's already tomorrow morning. It was like 2 a.m. I'm like, wow.
But we
Unbelievable.
get used to the noise. And
we're old schoolers. You don't bother us. You can come put your mariachi band right next to my trailer. If it bothers me, you know what I'll do? I'll hook my trailer up and I'll move it somewhere it's quiet. See,
Well, or we'll just go in our truck and get some earplugs out since we do sandblasting.
yeah, I do sandblasting. I got plenty of earplugs, so never needed it. Love the horn, love the mariachi music. Never, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
But there is a rule for 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., so don't be surprised if somebody calls the BLM.
Yep.
It wouldn't be us.
That's right.
Okay, so moving on.
Andreas, what's up? Wash 6, that's my Wash 6 buddy over there. What's up?
So this one's a fun one.
Okay.
Public nudity. Public nudity is prohibited.
I've never broken that one, babe.
Yeah, sure. I wasn't there, though. I just hear the story.
She was not a part of it. It was actually before I even knew that this nice woman existed. I did.
You may or may not have.
Oh, yeah. I may or may not have rode naked from the Glamis Beach store to the hill and back to the Glamis Beach store, and nobody saw us. It was me, my buddy, and our 2 girlfriends. Those other 3 people are all still alive. And if they ever see this video, they're going to know that's them. That was a time of our life. I'll tell you.
And that is something you'll never catch me doing.
I will talk her into doing it someday. This is before they had side-by-sides.
Not a chance.
Okay, this is before they had side-by-sides. This is before they had a lot of rules. This was when we used to go there and there wasn't a single track.
This was before the BLM.
There wasn't a single track in the sand.
In the early 90s.
If you saw a footprint in the sand, they were barefoot and it was scary.
Okay, moving on. Organized group activities and events. You may not stage, carry out, a mariachi band, carry out, participate in, or sponsor an organized event or activity without written authorization from BLM. E.g., customer appreciation days, competitive races, bands, videos, movies, etc. Well, technically, we have broken this rule.
Why?
Because it says you can't have movies, and we have brought our projector and projected on our trailer.
Well, good. Put me down for another broken rule.
What else have we done that would be a
group event?
Group event.
Well, our church gets together, and when our kids were younger, we went with a church. We still go with a group of friends from church, and they're really cool people. But on a technicality, they're all Christians, and I hate to say it, they're all breaking the rules.
On Sunday mornings, we did church
all
out
going
in
to
the
hell.
dunes.
They're all going to hell. They're breaking Glamis rules.
No, Christians aren't perfect either.
Anyways, we're trying to break them all. So that one's an easy one to break. When you get together with your group and technically, hey, Tommy, we're going. Are you going? Yes, you're going. So now it's a group of people. On a technicality, we broke that rule.
Okay, so
You got to let the BLM know you're going to be there.
next one. This is something that people did
What?
back in the 80s before this was illegal anywhere. Riding in pickup beds and other unsafe activities. No person shall
Safe.
ride in the bed of a pickup truck or any part of a motor vehicle not designed for passengers or off-road.
It's safe.
We got plenty of videos from the 90s of this.
Yeah, I got
Someday
plenty
we'll
of
release
videos.
that video.
I got plenty of videos.
Okay,
It's safe.
moving
but
on.
it's a rule.
Common sense.
Yeah, you know, if you're going to do these things, you're going to right on the line, they're going to nab you because Glamis is a zero tolerance policy.
Okay, aircraft. Taking off or landing of aircraft, including ultralights, is prohibited within 1 mile of Gecko Road.
Well, I usually don't get within 1 mile of Gecko Road other than going to the drags because I just don't camp over there.
We can
I'm a wash boy.
blow through the next one.
So,
Dumping of...
and I don't own any aircraft, but don't land your aircraft over there next to the road.
Okay, dumping of sewage is prohibited.
Nobody dumps sewage. Dumb rule.
So don't dump your black tank.
Nobody's
Common
dumping
sense.
sewage. If people let their gray go, it ain't the end of the world. It smells horrible.
Camping limitations. A 14-day camping limit is in effect in the Imperial Sand Dunes recreation area.
So, okay, now that 14 days, this is a huge topic. I'm going to go fast. here's the deal. You can stay for 14 days. Time starts, your first day starts. Counts 14 days, and that 14 days is a 28-day period. So your first 14 days is now the 14 days into that period. Now you have to actually wait the rest of the days to complete that 28-day period. Now people say, well, I'll just move. You actually have to move 25 miles radius around where you were. You have to camp 25 miles further away before you can come back within that month. So, on a technicality, I mean, if you stayed 14 days here and 14 days at the end of the month, you're breaking that rule. Yes, people camp at Gecko and then move to Washes. That's a good idea. I mean, that's a good way to get away from that. But for the most part, it's 14 days, and they better not see you there again until your 28 days is expired, or they forget, whichever comes first.
Okay, parking restrictions. No parking or camping within 10 feet of pavement on Gecko Road.
Yep. So you can't park right on the road like everybody is. When I go to drive through there, people are half on the pavement, half off. You're going to get a ticket.
Don't be surprised if you do.
Yeah, you're going to get a ticket.
Okay, firearms.
Those are the stupid little things that the cops just... They're just looking around, and then what'll happen is they'll see you did that. And then they come over there, and they're not troublemakers. They're just going, hey, you're parked in the wrong spot. And while he's standing there, he's like, dude, your bike doesn't have registration. Bro, your trailer's expired. He's going to go through your camp like a whirlwind, and you're going to go home with a stack of yellows like this, and it's going to be an expensive weekend. So all because you park by the road. So there's certain things, if you avoid them, you won't get in trouble for other things. So pick your battles.
Okay, firearms and fireworks. It's unlawful to discharge or use firearms, fireworks, or other weapons within the recreational area.
I've been throwing everything else. I won't throw that.
Cut?
Because I was chucking everything else. Here's a firework. This is not mine. I would never possess anything as dangerous as this. Look at that. This is the cheesiest firework you can ever buy. Don't ever spend your money on these.
So,
if you're out of state in Wyoming,
we all know
don't
everyone breaks this rule and they shoot off fireworks, which now leads us to the next.
So let me tell you how they catch you, okay? I've seen this. So what'll happen is you're at your camp, right? You're shooting fireworks. Choo! Boom, boom, boom. It goes off. Really cool. So now the BLM sees you. They drive over and they sit in the dark over here, right? Hit one guy over here, one guy over here, one guy over here, and they'll just kick back in the dark to see if you got any more fireworks. You go in your trailer and you come out. He sees you come out. You got it in your hand. You're all excited. You run out there. You shove it in. The second you spark that lighter, all their lights are going on. I've seen it happen. All their lights go on. Boom, they got you. So I run over to the neighbor's camp, stick it next to his stuff, light it, run back into my camp and go, oh, look at that. The neighbors are shooting fireworks.
Okay.
Just kidding. I would never do that.
Next rule, leash law. Animals must be kept
So that's how they catch you. Go on.
Animals must be kept on a leash not longer than 6 feet and secured to a fixed object or under the control of a person or otherwise physically restricted
28
at all
minutes.
times.
Hurry up. Battery's dying.
On public lands under section blah, blah, blah. Any person who violates any of these supplementary rules may be tried before the United States magistrate and fined no more than $1,000.
Dude, they're getting
or
serious.
imprisoned for no more than 12 months or both. Such violations may also be subject to the enhanced fines provided by another code you can read later. Those who violate these rules may also be subject to civil action for unauthorized use of the public lands, violations of special recreation permit terms, conditions, and stipulations for the uses beyond those allowed by the permit under another section. Yikes. This is
blah,
the
blah, blah.
longest,
That was a lot of... That was
the longest law on this page.
is about dogs. And they even tell you you're going to jail. And they even tell you you're paying $1,000.
And it's within good reason. Yes, your dog should be on a leash. Now, the law doesn't state this, but this is my 2 cents. I also would recommend putting your dog on a harness. And the reason for that is because a standard collar, your dog can squeezle out of. And if your dog's like ours, they're afraid of fireworks, which was the previous one. You might also want to invest in one of these from the Dollar Tree. Pick up your poop, please, because we don't want to ride through it.
Don't just cover it with sand, please. That's even worse. Okay, then it's like, now I can't even see it. At least leave it fully exposed.
I'm actually surprised that's not in this law.
I mean, if you're going to bury it, don't just bury it with your shoe like I have done. Like, dig down the spot the best I can with my shoe and then just kick the poop in there. I mean, yeah, I've done that.
Okay, but show them.
But I try to get like this deep. But if you're going to bury it, like, dig like that deep or something. I mean, that's no big deal. But pick it up. Just pick it up. It's easier. So this thing... I think these look cooler than those harnesses. My dog is not a vicious dog. He does not need a harness.
No, but he will squeezle out of the neck collar.
I know.
So
if he
that's
gets
why
freaked
we put
out,
ours on a harness.
If he sees a snake, my dog, if he sees a snake, he's gone. So, but these are really cool. This is flashing for at night. Don't leave this on flashing when your dog is, because it's like he's on Quaaludes, man. Put this on. I want you to put this on. And I want you to walk around at night in Glamis with this flashing light. How's it going, guys? You are going to be so dizzy.
Snap. You can put it around your neck if you really want to demonstrate. Okay. I'm kidding.
Leave it on like this, okay? Just leave it glowing and everything's fine.
And
if this thing's blinking... Anyways, get to the next rule.
If you want to know where you can buy these...
It's the rules. We're not selling leashes.
No, but
Amazon.
No, we have an Amazon storefront. We just earned one, and we have this on our Amazon storefront. It's Sandblast Extreme RV.
That's right. Okay. And the commission goes to me, not Jeffy.
A couple of cents.
Doesn't... Yeah, a couple cents go to me. So if you want to help me out... Go to my Amazon page. If you want to have Jeff Bezos out, go to his page.
Okay, enough with our
Sandblast Extreme RV.
Recreational off-highway vehicles, ROV. Operate an ROV. Operator
Wait, don't forget to subscribe.
Oh.
Operation ROV. Yeah, we know all that.
Operator of an ROV shall be at least 16 years of age or be directly supervised in the vehicle by a parent or guardian or adult authorized by the parent or guardian with a vehicle code. Safety helmet required for operator and passengers of ROV. Seat, shoulder belt, or safety harness required to be worn when ROV is in motion. Passengers must be seated in a location designed and provided by a manufacturer in an ROV with a model year of 2014 or later. Passengers must be able to grasp the handhold while properly restrained with back against seat belt.
All right, so... There's a few details to that one there. That's about kids in the cars driving and stuff like that. Yes, common sense. Parents got to watch the kids. They should go. They have to go through a training course. So
that's
you
later
go to
in the rules.
Huh?
That's later in the rules.
Oh God! What, the training course?
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
gosh!
The next...
We gotta hurry up.
Okay, so we'll move on.
Okay, so anyways, you gotta watch your kids. There's more details. Go to BLM.gov. Type in Glamis, go to the rules for Glamis, and you can read exactly what we're reading right here on the BLM website. This is on the BLM website.
Or you can just listen to this while you're in your car. You don't have
or
to
you
watch
can
us.
listen to this in your car. It's probably pretty boring, and I think we're 30 minutes in.
Okay, let's
There's
move on.
There's a lot of rules.
OHV on roadways. This one is one that we have
30 minutes. God.
Talked about with friends multiple times. A lot of people don't know this rule. No person shall operate or drive an off-highway vehicle on a roadway except to cross at an angle of approximately 90 degrees in a quick and safe manner. People think it's illegal to drive across the road. What is that, Highway 78?
Mm-hmm.
To go to, like, say, Dunes storage.
The Dunes storage right there, or not Dunes storage, well, whatever it is, cross street from the Glamis Beach store to get fuel or something. So you can cross over a highway, you just got to do it straight. It says the best you can do a 90 degree. Okay? 90 degree, you got to go straight across, and you got to do it quickly. So
okay,
that's simple. You can cross the road. Don't cross the railroad tracks. I don't know all the rules and laws on that. If you want to know about that, get a hold of Boardmanville. They know everything. Go on Instagram. Go to Boardmanville's page on Instagram, and you can ask them anything you want to know about getting on the other side of those tracks. They are very... I recommend just go find out about that. If you want to go over to Boardmanville or anything, don't risk it.
Helmet usage. And this one's going to be a fun one because we're going to give you a fun fact in a minute here.
Oh, this is good.
Helmet usage. All persons, regardless of age, who operate or ride all-terrain vehicles, ATVs, on public lands in California must wear an approved safety helmet. What's your fun fact there, Mr.
Okay,
Smith?
well, the fun fact is, yes, you have to wear a helmet. Sandrail, you don't. In a UTV, you do. On a quad, you do. An ATV, those are all required to wear helmets. But the funny thing is, this is such a political law, in my opinion. And I wear a helmet in my UTV. And when I'm in Arizona, sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do. And that's my personal choice. And I believe in a personal decision for these things. Unfortunately, they force this stuff upon us. Now, they're forcing this on us not as a safety issue. It's clearly not a safety issue because I can show you, this is ca.gov right there, okay, website. See if I can get this up there for you guys. Okay, right here on this website, it says down here, is a helmet required by law? And it states right there, actually, it is not required by law, but it is highly recommended. Okay?
On a what?
On a dirt bike. Okay?
Wow.
This is on a motorcycle off-road. It says right there. Here's the question. Is a helmet required by law when operating my motorcycle off-highway? It says, a helmet is not required by law when operating a motorcycle off-highway on a dirt bike. According to this .gov page, okay, this is.
Well, it does.
I'm going to tell you what this. I'm going to tell you what this is because everybody's going to go, what page is that? It's called ohvparks.ca.gov. Okay, and I went in there and I searched about, is it required that you wear a helmet on a motorcycle? Because I found that law years and years ago and nobody believed me.
But is people going to argue, is a motorcycle the same thing as a dirt bike?
A motorcycle and a dirt bike, doesn't matter. They're motorcycles, and they're off-road. So if you are off-road, you don't have to have a helmet, but it is recommended. So all you crazy dirt bikers, if you got a clean record and you want to just do something cool, I don't know, go figure it out and go ride around with no helmet.
I wouldn't recommend it.
She's not recommending it. But I am saying,
dirt bikes and
on a technicality, it's in there. All right, move on.
Parental supervision. No person under the age of 14 shall operate an all-terrain vehicle unless that person satisfies the requirements of vehicle code, blah, 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 safety certification. And, in addition, is accompanied by and under the direct supervision of a parent or guardian. So, don't leave your kids out there in the circle driving around in those little, what are they called?
Figure eights that kill people and ruin cars.
Neither a parent or guardian of a child who is under 14 years of age, nor an adult who is authorized by the parent or guardian to supervise that child shall grant permission to or knowingly allow that child to operate an ATV in a manner that violates section blah, blah, blah.
No, don't read all. I don't need the technique. God, that's horrible, Christine. Anyways, you got to go to a class for your kids. So it's atvschool.com is what I was looking up. That's through the actual BLM website. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I will put it in the link in the description below. A place where you can get your kids. And I think it's a great idea. If you don't have a place to ride at home and you can't teach your kids, put them through the school. They're going to love it. They're going to be proud. And it's going to make those kids grow up to be like proud riders. So that's what I'm saying. I think that's a great idea. Okay, Mr. No Rules says, I think that's awesome because forming your children is so important. And that is
The
Cool.
next rule under parental supervision is required rider safety training, which is what he talked about. This says no person under the age of 18 shall operate an all-terrain vehicle unless they have received the safety course in this state or another state or is under the direct supervision of an adult who has the appropriate safety certificate in their possession. For ATV certification information, please contact the ATV Safety Institute, otherwise known as ASI, at 800-887-2887. There, now you don't have to put the
it's
link.
not a commercial. We got to cut to the chase. No more vehicle codes, no more phone numbers. You guys can go find that out yourself.
Okay, here's another noise restriction for all those listening. Noise. Did you like my
Go
funny?
on.
All those noise
Although, for all you listening, that means you guys, the ones that are left on this video right now, this is like beyond 30 minutes, is beyond it. But I want to get through the rules.
And
I'm
boring.
having fun. I'm having fun.
I feel like the teacher from the Peanuts.
But I'm having fun. This is the stuff I talk about at camp is stupid rules and stuff.
Pretty
so
soon people are going to think my voice sounds like that teacher on the Peanuts. Noise emissions off-highway vehicles shall be limited to not more than 96A weighted decibels if manufactured on or after January 1st,
oh my,
1986.
okay, never mind.
And is not more than 101 dBA if manufactured prior to January 1st, 1986. Other restrictions may apply. Please visit CAOHMVRD website for more information. Sirens. An off-road highway motor vehicle except an authorized emergency vehicle
You guys still there?
shall not be equipped with a siren. A person driving an off-road motor vehicle except the driver of an authorized emergency vehicle.
Wait a minute. You
You're
were
gonna
reading...
Make me lose my place as permitted by whatever number.
You can't have a
shall
siren.
not be you unless you're a BLM.
Unless you are the BLM. So if you want a siren, go to all the school and they take volunteers. The rangers, a lot of those guys are volunteers. You want a siren? Volunteer.
Hey, and I'm just going to add something here. If you want to be friends with the people in your campsite, don't rev your engine of your car at like 6 in the morning and wake us all up when we've had nothing.
What she means to say is don't start your car and let it idle for an hour. And don't think that wrapping that motor is going to blow a piece of sand through that injector. Because that's old school, and that's what we did with Volkswagens and motorcycles. You rev them real hard, hope that piece of sand somehow gets hot enough or pops through there, and that thing runs great. That's not the way injection works.
Okay.
You don't need to warm your car up for 2 hours. She's right.
Okay, moving on. Carrying of passengers. No operator of an all-terrain vehicle may carry a passenger when operating on public lands. However, the operator of the all-terrain vehicle that is designed for operation off of the highway by an operator with no more than one passenger may carry a passenger when operating on public lands. What does this mean?
Okay, you can't have passengers on your vehicles, right?
This is regarding riding doubles, I believe.
On motorcycles. Okay, so if your quad or your motorcycle is designed from the factory to ride doubles, or you have it registered to ride doubles, you can do so. But you cannot ride doubles on a dirt bike, and you cannot ride doubles on a quad, which that's all we did when we went there. They didn't have this rule.
Wait. We may or may not have.
No, because they didn't have that rule. There wasn't even...
There was no BLM out there in the 90s.
When we started going to Glamis, there wasn't a BLM. There was nobody out there, and
I did ride on the back of his quad.
And nobody got hurt.
I am not an experienced dune driver, and I would feel safer on the back of his quad than trying to drive myself.
With no helmet.
No, we had helmets.
She had the helmet.
That's not true. You had one too. Okay,
I
moving
wore
on.
a helmet.
Moving on. Operating an OHV under the influence of alcohol and or other drugs. It is unlawful for a person who is under the influence of an alcoholic beverage or any other drug or under the combined influence of an alcoholic beverage and any drugs to drive a vehicle. Driving while license is suspended, revoked off-road, as well as on-road.
All right, we gotta go.
We already went through that. Speed laws. Well, we went through the laws of
No drinking and driving.
We went through the laws of speed near Gecko, but this is the basic speed law. Don't operate an off-road vehicle faster than is safe for conditions.
Which, in my opinion, I can't go fast enough, and the faster I go, it's even getting safer.
There's also a prima facie, if that's how you say that,
but as I get older, I don't like
the prima facie speed limit within 50 feet of any campground or campsite.
Prima facie.
Is that how you say it?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
It means,
Tomato,
use your friggin' common sense. It's the rule of thumb, basically, is stay 50 feet away from campgrounds. 50 feet. So when you're hauling butt, going wherever you're going and you're leaving camp, or you're cutting through camps.
Under 15 miles an hour.
Under 15.
Near people or animals.
That's right. That means when you get your bike all tuned up and you want to rip out of camp, you're breaking the rules.
Okay.
You're going to jail. But you can break them.
The
so
next
go on.
one is rough. I'm going to really sound like the Peanuts
But
teacher.
don't read it all, babe.
Registration.
No, you can't read all this.
Okay, so you
cannot read all this. These people do not want to hear all this.
You have to have a vehicle with a registration on it. What's towing your vehicles to Glamis need registration. Your trailer needs registration, and any of your off-road vehicles need some sort of registration, be it whatever state you live in.
So your stuff has to be registered.
Okay, but then it also goes into off-highway vehicles that do or do not have a valid registration or permit from the owner's home state, including Mexico and Canada, will be required to purchase a California non-resident permit sticker through vendors in California, Nevada, and Arizona. Do we want to go into more of this?
No, we do not want to go into details about that. Here's the deal. Your stuff has to be registered wherever you live. Whatever state you live in has to be registered. If you come over here with Arizona plates and they're expired in California. California recognizes all the same laws of Arizona. They do argue about a few, so you have to look into that.
Yeah,
but
so if you pull this up, the BLM's thing with all the lists, there's a link here, California OHV Information Bulletin. You could probably find more information there.
There you go.
Okay, required equipment. According to the California state law, any off-highway vehicle must be equipped with a approved muffler, brakes, and spark arrestor. Headlights and taillights are required for operation at night. Taillights must include at least one red light.
Okay, so these are all common sense.
Yes.
I mean,
okay, now this one is something that most people might not know.
So if you have two taillights and one's burned out, I mean, on a technicality, if it's on the vehicle, it has to work. So you can't say, well, at least I have one because one's burned out. So if you cut the side of the vehicle off and say, well, I don't even have a side of the vehicle.
It says at least one. Okay, let's move on. This is the next one that some people don't know.
Which one?
Light prohibition. A person shall not display a flashing or steady burning red or blue warning lights on an off-highway motor vehicle except as permitted by section blah 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 or when an extreme hazard exists. But this also has to do with flags, does it not?
This does not have to do with flags. Flag whip, it's just talking about lights. You can't have a light. On a technicality, you can't even have a red whip. I mean, if you look into the details of that, it's insane. So, just if you're running red, don't run blue. Okay? If you're running blue, don't run red. I mean, on a technicality, I looked into this law.
Just use different colors, like green.
Yeah,
like we use.
So I just rolled green. You put red and blue together, what do you got? You got green. Boom. That's why green is so good. Green's successful.
Okay, we're at the tail end.
We are at the end.
Left.
We are at the end. Thank you.
And if you're still here.
That's right. If you're still here, I love you. You are our best friend. That one guy, there's one guy watching right now. Thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless you.
So, here's the last two. Environmental damage. No person shall operate an off-highway vehicle in a manner likely to cause environmental damage. Okay.
So, you can't be like, just ripping everywhere, ripping over plants and just tearing up everything. you're going to get a ticket. Okay, so if you're out at Olds and you're getting crazy and you're jumping a bush or something, the cops are going to come over there and be like, hey, what's going on? You're probably drunk. Now they got you for that. You didn't have a whip. They got you for that. So it's just going to cause a bunch of crap. So
they probably don't want you to light the bushes on fire.
So
with
for all
gasoline
you crazies that like to light bushes on fire and ride your quads through them, can't do that. But please do it right outside this window by my camp because I want to watch it. I love watching. This is my entertainment.
More entertainment for you guys on
that's
YouTube.
Right. More entertainment value.
Okay.
But it is a rule.
The last one is firearms. California state law requires firearms must not be discharged within 150 yards of residences, buildings, campsites, occupied areas, recreational areas, or domestic livestock. No shooting from or across any roads. No shooting from a vehicle. It is unlawful to carry a loaded weapon in a vehicle.
Well, how boring is that? They won't even let you... I got an itchy nose. She's coughing. How boring is that? They won't even let you shoot from a moving vehicle. Oh, boy, these guys, they just take all the fun out of the whole thing.
Sorry, that was a lot of talking with no water. My throat started to itch really bad. I have allergies. Some water. So there you have it. There's the rules of Glamis. You cannot shoot from your vehicle. This is what I've been reading. Yikes. That's a lot of words. And thank you for staying tuned.
She's happy. Anyways, there it is. That's Tim and Christine's version of the rules. Is my nose running? We barely made it through this video. We're worn out. This is a long time. You guys are worn out.
It's pretty boring.
It's pretty boring.
Not gonna lie.
But it gets the point across.
And the point is, there's lots of rules in Glamis.
There's lots of rules in Glamis.
You might not know them all, but they are there, and they do exist in case the BLM wants to get some money.
That's right. I don't care about the rules. She does. So we'll put her name on this one, and we'll say thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, do that. Just click subscribe there if you like what we're doing. Go check out our Amazon page. We got that new storefront. We got all our cool little items that we use in Glamis and stuff. If you like this video or found this somewhat informative, or heck, even if you found this boring as can be, click the like. It's like, wow, that was boring. Click that like. I'll really appreciate it. I'll know that I can make more boring content for you guys.
Well, we can't always guarantee our content will be as extremely exciting.
Yeah.
As you might like. Some might be boring like this video, but it does serve a purpose, and there is information that could save you from a ticket in Glamis someday.
That's true. All seriousness, the rules are the rules. If you don't follow the rules, it's going to ruin your weekend, right?
Yeah.
I've been to jail many times for traffic violations, okay?
Not in Glamis.
Not in Glamis, but I have got tickets in Glamis, numerous tickets.
But you have had your quad flipped upside down with our child.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So, anyways, this video was for you guys. Hope I helped you guys out. Go to the BLM page if you want all that information we just read to you. You can get all of it right there. They have tons of information to keep you out of trouble in Glamis, to keep you safe. And that's what we want because we're a big Glamis family. We all want to, follow the rules, treat each other right, have a great time, and enjoy our times in the dunes. So, that being said, thanks a lot for watching, and we will see you out in the sand.